So many women and girls in South Africa don't feel safe, mostly because of the physical, psychological, and sexual violence that people in our society, men and boys in particular, inflict on them. Like sexual harassment in the workplace, schools, or in the streets, including catcalling or unwanted attention. Many women are frightened to tell men to leave them alone because of how they may react.
Women or girls might fear the consequences of reporting. For example, in a work setting, if I am reporting abuse against my employer, I fear what will happen with my job, right? If I'm walking in the taxi rank and somebody yells at me about my body parts, I cannot respond because I do not feel safe in that environment. If I'm a pupil or a learner and I have to report against my teacher, I fear what might happen. Will I pass? Will I fail? So it is a fear of those consequences. It is a fear of the reaction as well, of physical violence or further harm. If something happens to you or you fear for your personal safety, you can have recourse to the law. For example, you can open a criminal case. And if you fear to go to the police station alone as a young person, you can either report to a social worker, a lawyer, or a teacher. And they are mandated by law to assist in making the initial report.
Violence against women and girls also involves reproductive violence. The creation of barriers preventing women and girls from being able to access their sexual and reproductive health rights, like proper sexual and reproductive education and healthcare, maternal healthcare, contraceptives, or legal and safe abortions, or an inability to access sanitary products, causing women to miss work or school, or to give birth to unplanned children that they may not be able to support. All of these things increase the vulnerability and reduce the safety of women and girls. Then there's domestic violence, which includes physical, sexual, psychological, emotional, and verbal abuse, as well as the withholding of economic resources, all of which are intended to make women feel inferior and undermined in order for men to feel powerful and in control. Rape and murder are among the worst forms of violence against women. If even one woman suffers through this, it would be too many. But South Africa has one of the worst rates of rape in the world. All of these issues are linked to a belief that men have the right to control or to demand attention or sex from women and girls. The South African Constitution, which is the highest law in our country, gives everyone the right to live with dignity and to be free from violence. But it takes more than just the law to achieve this. We have to reject all social norms and cultural beliefs which lead to violence against women and children, and curb any actions which might undermine their sense of safety. If you notice that someone is uncomfortable, stop. Even if you know you don't mean any harm, they don't, and you may unintentionally hurt someone.